Up next on the show, it was a big week for the blue and gold. I mentioned that at the top of the show. Nearly 70,000 FFA members traveled to Indianapolis, Indiana for the 96th National FFA Convention. This year, 35 students went through the rigorous process of applying to become one of the 6 National FFA officers. Just before she left for Indy, I had the chance to sit down with Nebraska FFA's candidate, that is Libby Wilkins. We began our conversation by going back over her background when it comes to agriculture and how it led to her involvement within the FFA. This is Libby, great to have you here. Tell us about your agriculture background leading you into the National FFA organization.
Yeah, I grew up in Ainsworth, Nebraska, a rural community, so was able to see agriculture from a young age. My family owns and operates a grain elevator just outside of Ainsworth, and we also do a little bit of farming and ranching, so was able to see a wide variety of agriculture from a really young age and have been just able to grow in that ag knowledge through my involvement in FFA as well.
So you're involved obviously on the chapter level, went on to serve as a Nebraska FFA state officer. Was it during that year that made you think, hey, I want to continue doing this at the national level?
Yeah, I would say it was at national convention when I was a state officer, and I was looking up on stage, and those were the national officers that I'd had the opportunity to actually interact with. And at that point, I was thinking, boy, that would be cool. That would be really cool, a really cool thing to do. And then just throughout the year, it morphed, and I realized that I really love doing the things that a state officer does that a national officer would also do. I love facilitating, I love teaching, I love connecting with people. And so, yeah, I would say it was at that national convention that that was when it first clicked that this would be really cool.
So there are 6 national FFA officers that represent all of the membership, and they do a lot of traveling, I hear. But tell me about some of the details. What is the role of a national FFA officer?
At a very broad level, it is to support FFA members, 950,000 FFA members throughout the United States. And that comes in a lot of different forms. It's through teaching workshops, it's through having conversations with them in the hallways at their state conventions. It's all of those very logistical things that a national officer has the opportunity to do, but very high level, it's just about supporting FFA members, state officers, chapter officers, chapter members.
I have to imagine this has been a grueling process leading up to, like I said, that week-long process of applying to be a national officer. Talk about some of the prep work in the state.
Mm-hmm. I've had some great advisors and people who have just come alongside me and supported me. I was named the Nebraska National Office candidate in May, and really from then on it was prepping. I've just been so blessed. I've looked around at multiple points during this process and just thought, boy, this is really cool that I get to be in this room with this person who is so wise and knows so much about agriculture. So it has been a grueling process, but all the while it's just been so surreal and so cool.